It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From Sunnybrae Little League, we welcome you to game number 2 of the New Jersey District 12 tournament here on WBCB. Today it will be the home team, Sunnybrae. They are the road team as the host team here today, taking on West Windsor. And a pleasant good morning to everybody alongside my broadcast partner Rich Fisher and Bill Redner. My name's Jordan Hirsch. Today's game is going to begin in a 30-minute delay. If you're wondering why we are coming on the air a little bit late, the grounds crew, the parents have done a fantastic job getting this field ready after some rain overnight. It appears they have just finished up working on the right side of the infield. Everything looks like it's in tip-top shape, so we're going to be just underway in about 20 minutes or so. But for now, I do want to turn it over to Rich Fisher for a preview. Sunnybrae and West Windsor getting ready to do battle in their first game of this tournament.
Yeah, and Jordan, good to be back with you, buddy. It's been a few weeks. Isn't it good to be back with me?
It is great to be back with you.
Okay, thank you. We've got a Sunnybrae team that is hungry for a title after getting to the championship round before losing to Nottingham last year. Oh no, that wasn't 11-year-olds. That was last year's 12-year-olds. 4 starters from that team return, including Declan Sweeney, Marco Gerard, Blake Manning, and Gary Leonardo Jr., whose dad is the manager. That quartet has been playing up. They won it as 10-year-olds, and they've been playing up like for 4 straight years. They won it as 10-year-olds, and then we're part of the 12-year-old team that lost the past 2 years to Nottingham. Sunnybrae won the league's first 12-year-old district title in 2021, and they've had some teams come close but unable to get past Nottingham. And the manager, Leonardo, he likes his team's pitching, said it's going to come down to timely hitting. West Windsor's trying to snap a 15-year drought. Its last 12-year-old District 12 crown came in 2010, and its last district title at any age came when the 11s won it in 16. Manager Chris Owens feels the key for his team will be to hit the ball as he likes his pitching. And I was just talking to an old friend, Vince DiDonato, before the game. Declan Sweeney is his grandson. And you got some guys on this team that their older brothers played for some really good Steiner teams back in the day. Declan Sweeney's one of them. So he got some good DNA in this Sunnybrae team. And, you know, they're really hungry to win this. It's kind of frustrating to host this every year and then to not be able to win it. And, so they're looking for big things. West Windsor's trying to be the upset team. They're trying to come in here and see what they can do and maybe pull the upset. It's going to come down like always to the pitching and whether a team can play defense or, play good defense or not. So,
well, winner of this game will advance to tomorrow's semifinal. About 18 minutes away from first pitch, and I want to turn it over now to Bill Redner, who's here with a very special guest, Bill.
Well, first let's tell everybody today's games are being brought to you in part by the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in nearby Ewing Township, New Jersey. Team Toyota, Route 1 in Lawrenceville, also Route 1 in Langhorne. Capital Health System, bringing hometown health care to your backyard. Also by Kessel Dermatology, here in Hamilton Township, proud to support the youth of our community, as well as Saul Funeral Home, Hyundai of Trenton, The Trentonian. Don't forget you can read about this game in tomorrow's editions of The Trentonian with Red Birch. Also by the Trenton Thunder, Major League prospects right here in your backyard. See tomorrow's future stars go to a Thunder game. By the Italian People's Bakery, the pride of the burg since 1936 at 72 Butler Street in the Chambersburg section of Trenton. By Haldeman Ford, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, supporting the youth of our community on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Also by the great teachers who represent the Hamilton Township School District, your Hamilton Township Education Association, proud to to support the youth of our community as well by Jammer Doors. Look for their brand new showroom coming soon on Route 1 in Lawrence Township. Also, today's game is brought to you by the Hamilton Township Division of Health. And of course, today's game is also brought to you by Mercer County Republican Party. Your hometown people here in Mercer County would like to wish all the players here in this great District 12 Little League tournament to have good luck, play great baseball, and to enjoy yourselves. The teachers and the people here in Mercer County, the Mercer County Republican Party, is proud to support the youth of our community as well. And speaking about the Mercer County Republican Party, the best team in Mercer County, we have Marty Flynn joining us. Marty, of course, you know from the sports annals, coaching Hamilton High School, athletic director at West Windsor, Rich, and he's a great, great person. Of course, him and Joe Stillwell are also running for your New Jersey State Assembly 14th District. And Marty, welcome to the home of Sunnybrae Little League.
Wow, thank you very much. That's a great introduction, Bill. I appreciate it. It's great to be here with Rich, and it kind of seems like deja vu all over again.
Yeah,
quoting our friend Yogi. This is great. And I appreciate being able to sponsor this. The Republican Party, we're trying to do some good things, checks and balances. Stop the rubber stamp. But that's all I'm going to say about that right now, because this is such a great event. It's actually in my DNA. I heard you say that earlier, Rich, and it is. I grew up here. I grew up on the other side of the lake in Copperfield, and I played at Little Lads. My friends played here at Sunnybrae, and they were fledgling leagues at the time. I'm dating myself a bit, but to be honest with you, that was the whole Hamilton sprawl, and developments were popping up all over the place with great planning, with great administrators and elected officials that we had, and they always made sure that they took care of the youth of Hamilton with good, solid baseball leagues and basketball and football, soccer, of course. And we all benefited from that, Rich.
Oh, absolutely.
We had great interactions. I saw Vince DiDonato and Tommy Fink here. They're now in the grandfather stage, and I remember when we were all playing. And I've got a couple of years on those guys, but I remember playing against some of the Finks and coached against Vince. I'm dating myself now, but that's what Hamilton's all about. That's what this community's all about, and I want to make sure we maintain that. We keep that philosophy of community. Hamilton's been made up of so many neighborhoods, but what I always like to talk about, I was kind of a white horse. I was in between. I was right at Copperfield, and I was a kind of a white horse fire company guy. That's where we all played basketball, and then there were, the people over here at Sunnybrae and Maple Shade. But we would all have our own little neighborhoods, grow up in our own little neighborhood school, and then we would start to filter in and be the bigger community of Hamilton, and including baseball. Use that as an example. The Little Lads guys and the Sunnybrae guys and the HTRBA guys. Next step was Hamilton Babe Ruth, and now we all came together, those different neighborhoods, and we started to know each other. And then we went to the middle schools, or I was a Catholic school kid, but we advanced there, and we started to play in high schools against each other. But then we would link up again in American Legion baseball or advanced basketball and things like that. So, it was that whole interesting time when you could, develop that whole community concept. And we did, going back to people like, some of the leaders that we had, Jack Rafferty, Maurice Pirelli. Some of those names are just outstanding.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what we have here, and this is still here. I want to make sure we keep it. You see the fathers out there working on the field. This is all voluntary stuff. I mean, these guys are out here probably this morning at 7:30. I see my friend Frank Constantino behind us now. We used to do it over in Little Lads. Our sons played in Little Lads, and my daughter as well. And that's what you did.
Yeah.
You that was part of it.
Well, it's funny because you mentioned Tommy Fink being here, and Tommy's grandson isn't even playing. Tommy's grandson's in the 9-year-olds. He's coming out here to watch his son work on the field. Young Tommy Fink is out there, getting the field together, Fuji, and, but it's interesting what you say, Marty, because I think because of these little leagues, and the rivalries that start here, it's kind of what makes Steinert-Hamilton, Steinert-Nottingham, starting in 82, Steinert-Nottingham, Hamilton-Nottingham. That's what makes those rivalries so great, but so respectful, because the kids are friends with each other, but they're rivals with each other too. And I think that's what makes all these township games a little extra special, because they start here when they're 8 years old, and most of these kids stick with it up through the public schools. You lose a few to Notre Dame and a few to the preps, but the core of them stay here, and I think that's really important for the high school scene here.
No, absolutely. That's why I'll be very honest with you. I'm a little disappointed with regard to some of the aspects of what's happening now with the Babe Ruth and the Legion, and everybody's playing competitive baseball and things like that. And I think that has, taken away from that community piece.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping it's coming back. What goes around comes around. Using the cliches, what goes around comes around. In that, I think people are now seeing that. Yeah, there's a place for competitive sports, competitive. Let's use baseball. There's a place for it. There's no question about that. But I think they now understand that this whole community piece, playing against each other, developing, that whole, competitive piece is, you have a guy from here, a guy from there. You don't have people like here that are in your sixth grade together,
Right.
That you grow up together. And
right.
Yeah, they might not be the best player in the world, but they're still going to be playing, and they're going to be working hard, and that develops people, relationships, friendships, and community.
Yeah, because when you're playing travel ball, you're playing for yourself. I mean, let's face it. You're
Absolutely.
playing for yourself. When you're playing for these little league teams, you're playing for the pride of your league, and for those one league towns, you're playing for the pride of your town, like West Windsor, Robbinsville,
absolutely.
And teams like that.
And you're playing with your friends as well.
And you're playing with your friends, and you're enjoying it. It always reminds me of a story Bobby Smith told me one time, the great soccer player that everybody in Hamilton knows. Smitty was out with his wife, and they saw somebody that worked at that played at his camp. And he was having dinner with her parents, and Bobby goes, what are you guys up to? Well, I scored the winning goal. My team won the state cup today. And Smitty goes, it's just you and your parents? He goes, if I'd have scored the winning goal with my team, my state cup team, when we all played together, we'd all be out together. We were all friends growing up together. And, now it's isolated to that one thing. But going back to this, one thing that is impressive, and it's a shame HCRBA doesn't have a team this year in this, which is first time I can ever
I didn't
remember.
realize that, to be honest with you.
But up until this point, I mean, as you know, teams are dropping like flies from this tournament. There used to be like 18, 19 teams in this tournament. Millstone and Cranberry and Bordentown and Florence, Ewing.
Ewing doesn't have a team.
3 or 4 Trenton teams, Now we're down to 5 teams, but every year all 3 Hamilton teams up until this year had all 3 of their leagues in this. Our little lads, of course, played Babe Ruth, but all 3 District 12 teams every year. That says something about the fabric of youth baseball in Hamilton Township, I think.
No, absolutely, and that is, that runs very deep. I was actually on the older guys golf circuit now, and I played with Jeff Plunkett and Richie Jalel the other day.
Oh, man.
And I played with Frank,
older guys,
Frank all
ancient
the time.
guys.
But anyway, we had those discussions, like with the Legion programs. They were saying there were close to 200 Legion teams in the state of New Jersey. It's down to like 20.
Yeah, it's horrible.
In the state, not, we used to have 20 in Mercer County.
Right.
Almost. It's a little exaggeration, but we had it in the teens in Mercer County. Now we don't. We have, and I think 11 of those teams, of the 20-some teams, are in Mercer County.
Yeah, close to half the teams are in Mercer County.
State.
And Hamilton, and all 3 high schools still have their teams.
Yep.
With North Hamilton, Broad Street Park, and Hamilton. So I'm dating myself. I almost called them Corellas.
Yeah, right. Now you're dating yourself.
For sure. But I mean, baseball's always been in the fabric here in Hamilton Township, and Robbinsville's built a nice little program over there too. We're going to see them in the second game.
Yes, they have.
And they've done a good job. Mike Kinsella's done a really good job with that baseball. But he, like anybody else, he depends on these youth programs, and some of these, it's a shame. I mean, I understand travel ball and why kids do it, but it's a shame that it has to cut into this so much. It's just.
And the baseball piece is important, and I know you'll agree with this, Bill and Rick. The baseball piece, but it's about the friendships that you develop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Camaraderie.
Absolutely. Hey, the parents just got a nice round of applause for
Yes, they
getting
did.
the field together, and I applaud them as well. You know, like I say, muddy shoes and wet shoes for the rest of the day, but they did their job. They did their job. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Billy wants our predictions before we go here, Marty, and I'm afraid to do my prediction because I got to be here every day.
Yeah,
and I don't want everybody
right.
getting mad at me.
Yeah.
Can anybody unseat the Nottingham? The Nottingham's starting to create a new little juggernaut here. They've won the last two 12s, and this team we're going to see later today has won as 10s and as 11s. So they're coming back as two-time champions, this group. I don't know. I'm sure you're not on top of this, but take a guess who you think might win this thing.
Well, I'm gonna do the political answer here. I would be very honest with you because I'm not as familiar as I probably should be. But I will tell you that this is a great opportunity for these kids. I'm looking at the West Windsor people. I had the pleasure of being an administrator up in that school district, a great town for 18 years, and I really feel, you know, as much related to them as I am Hamilton sometimes.
True.
True. But so to pick one out, you know, I'm going to say, hey, let's just have a great tournament. Let's have a great tournament, good coaching, and most of all, good experiences for these kids. Like I said, you know, these are lifelong friends that they're making. You know, I'll use, you talked about Notre Dame, if you got a minute anyway. I want to do a shout out to Kevin Schnall.
Yeah.
You know, he was a Notre Dame kid,
Yep.
But he was all through Hamilton, all the
Nottingham
leagues.
Little League kid.
And him and Anthony, my son, have been lifelong friends. They communicate just about every day, and you know, it's really that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know? And Kevin went to Notre Dame.
Right. Well, not only that, but Matt Schilling, his hitting
Absolutely.
coach, played great two-sport athlete in baseball and soccer at Heightstown.
Yep.
Played goalie for Charlie Inverso's national championship team at Mercer County Community College. So
Yep.
it's only stand to reason that if one of them got thrown out of that last game, both of them had to get thrown out.
yeah.
But that was ridiculous.
That
But
Kevin
insane.
did such a great job, though. I mean, he just,
incredible.
you know, first-year guy. He put in his time. He was there for 20-some years.
There's your old buddy, Dennis Vincent, down there.
He had a couple of stops along the way, but he did a great job. And,
Yeah, he did.
He should be applauded. That's for sure. And I know you do. And you know, Joe Gorman did a great. Or you did.
No,
great
Joe
art.
did the story.
Joe
Yeah.
did the
I was
Kyle
going to do
Franco,
one.
I think, did a story on
Yeah.
Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I did one a couple years ago when they went to the World Series the first time.
Right.
Kevin
I do
was an
remember that.
assistant. But and I was going to do one this year for the Hamilton Post, but Joe beat me to it for the Trentonian.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
thanks a lot, Joe.
Yeah. Well, that's a good competition. I like to see that, Rich, to be honest with you, because you and Joe have that connection to the history and connection to Mercer County that we don't get a lot now. And some of the younger guys are great. I'm not saying they're not, but you just need to make sure that we have that historical perspective, if you will, because it's a rich tradition here in Hamilton and in Mercer County.
And Marty, I got to say, by you giving your non-prediction, you have turned into a politician. I can do that too. I'll give you my prediction. It looks like Sunnybrae and Nottingham look to be pretty good teams. So I'm going to say if Robbinsville, Bordentown, or West Windsor doesn't win this thing, Nottingham or Sunnybrae will. How's that for a political answer?
I'll take my political answer over that.
Yeah. Well, mine was more concise.
That's right.
Hey,
That's
Marty, thank you so much,
little more
buddy. We
rooted.
appreciate it.
Appreciate that very
Before we
much,
let you
Rich.
go, Marty, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here in Hamilton and what your goals and I can ask this: what do you see as the future of Hamilton, and what would you and your running mates like to provide for the youth of our community?
Yeah, we're talking about making sure that the issues with the warehousing overdevelopment has been a problem, and it's something that we really need to address. We're going to address it. Obviously, the taxes are always an issue. They've added $60 million to the budget in Hamilton. They've added $20 billion to the state budget. And along with Jack Chitterelli and myself and Joe Stillwell, we're looking to change that. Freeze taxes for the senior citizens. Our school funding is horrible. It's just unequitable. We've got schools closing in Jackson, yet in some schools they're getting $30,000 per student, and the average school is about $15,000. So that's all out of whack. And the energy costs. I mean, the energy costs just went up. We're going to get 20% increase in our energy costs this month, and people started to get that. That's basically because of some really radical energy policies by the existing administration, Murphy, and we're going to change that, but we're going to work hard. We're going to work hard to change things.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, Marty, and I know your heart is here in this Hamilton Township, Mercer County community. And hey, you and your partner, Joe Stillwell, for New Jersey State Assembly, the 14th District, thank you very, very much for joining us.
Bill, thank you as always. Thank you.
Marty, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
Marty.
us.
Thank you, guys.
Here
Thank
today.
you, gentlemen. Thank you.
We're going to step aside, be back live with the first pitch right after this.
It's time now for the best. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 five-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Back here from Sunnybrae. Sunnybrae, they're the host team, but they're the visiting team here today. So let's take a look at the lineup they will run out this morning. Leading it off will be the center fielder, Marco Gerard, followed by second baseman, Gary Leonardo, and pitcher, Declan Sweeney. The shortstop, Jonathan Wheeler, bats fourth, followed by catcher, Hank Little, and first baseman, Tyler Pichella. Left fielder, Blake Manning, hits seventh. Right fielder, Cam Drudy, is eighth, followed by the third baseman, Connor Kelleher. The bottom three in this 12-man order, the three designated hitters, Derek Palfy, Wyatt Furnish, and Owen DeMassey. And they're going to face James Pollock out there for West Windsor. Again, the winner of this team will advance into the winner's bracket final tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Loser will take on Bordentown at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Of course, opening pitch is brought to you by the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in nearby Ewing Township, New Jersey. Remember, for great Italian cuisine, second to none, it's the Revere. For reservations, call them at 609-882-6365, the Revere Restaurant. And from one tradition to another tradition, we go from the Revere to Jordan Hirsch.
And leading it off will be Marco Gerard for Sunnybrae. Sunnybrae, the runner-ups last season. And the first pitch is just outside for ball one.
Just a whirlwind of excitement around here. We got Rob Riley, the only manager to win a 12-year-old district title here at Sunnybrae. He's on hand. They won it back in 21.
This one's popped up, shallow center. And making the grab on the infield dirt is the shortstop, Joseph Keeley, 1 down.
They bring Riley back for inspiration to talk to this team about what it was like to win that. That was a wild scene when they won it 4 years ago, because this league had never won a 12-year-old title, and to get it after all those years they did it over at East Windsor. That was pretty remarkable.
I think that's the thing with Sunnybrae, is they always have confidence playing on their home field as the host team. Gary Leonardo digs in and takes in the dirt.
But it's ironic that they won it on another field, winning it in East Windsor. They've come close here the last few years.
Pollock's 1-0. Chopper up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Levi Mittendorf, and that's quickly 2 away. And then the first baseman, Rishi Kakarlapudi, didn't realize that he had to throw it around the horn, I guess. Went to throw it back to Pollock, and he wasn't ready for it.
Pollock off to a good start. Two, not great contact, a pop-up and a high chopper.
Well, now one of the bigger bats on the Sunnybrae squad digs in, the pitcher Declan Sweeney.
Yeah, his dad Matt, great player for Steiner.
First pitch, grounds it right through the middle, and that's a base hit. Hit it on the screws, right back where it came from. That's a 2-out single. You were talking about Declan's father, Matt Steinert, standout Phillies draft pick in 2001.
Yeah.
Got a chance to talk to his grandfather before the game, getting a bunch of information on the younger Sweeney.
Ah, very good, very good. You're always out there. You're always digging, pal.
Pitch to Wheeler, popped up left side of the infield, and the play is made by Keeley, and that'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for Sunnybrae. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Sunnybrae 0, West Windsor coming up.
Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
And today's game is also brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association, who would like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Little League players the best of luck this tournament. And they're proud to support you. This message brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association, providing education for the future, providing support for all the youth of Hamilton Township is your Hamilton Township Education Association. Today's game also brought to you by Jammer Doors and Windows, a 4th-generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Raynor garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers. Jammer also carries entry doors, patio doors, windows, sales and service, and installation, and they do their own work. And look out for their brand new showroom right there on Business Route 1 opposite the Lawrence Shopping Center, opening this fall. You'll never experience this like windows and doors, second to none. Avoid those big box stores. Support your local community merchants like Jammer Doors and Windows.
Well, Declan Sweeney, after that 2-out single in the top of the first, he's on the mound, and the first batter he's going to face today is the shortstop Joseph Keeley, was very busy in the top of the first, making a couple plays on some pop flies.
Yeah, and Keeley was fired up after he caught that pop-up. He grabbed it, came over, and kind of yelled out, and then spiked the ball on the mound. I like seeing that enthusiasm.
Trying to carry that over into this first plate appearance.
Declan Sweeney, we've seen him on the mound a few times in this tournament in past years, and he can bring it.
It's a good bunt. Sweeney off the mound to field it. Sidearm sling, and there's one down.
Well, good idea by Keeley, but Sweeney off the mound quick and made a nice play. Handled that. He looked very professional in making that play.
I was going to say that was a good defensive play,
Yeah.
especially at this level. For Little League, I was very impressed with it.
That'll bring up Levi Mittendorf. Following this at bat, we'll get to the rest of this West Windsor lineup as the first pitch sails to the backstop.
I mean, Sweeney is a husky kid. He's you know, probably a little intimidating on the mound. That some of these kids are a little smaller than him.
We saw Robbinsville with Bryce Brown yesterday, much taller than many of his counterparts, and Joe O'Gorman and I were talking about his presence on the mound. So that one's taken inside, 2 balls and no strikes. I mean, not only that, but Sweeney, we've seen these first few pitches featuring a very live fastball.
What else did his grandfather have to say about him?
We'll get to that after this. 2-0's cut on and missed. Well, he was just talking about how it's up to you to say all the nice things about
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese.
Come looking for us?
That's right. The swing and a miss, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think we should get hazard pay if that's going to be the case. That's one of the things with these Little League games. You got to be wary of angry parents and grandparents if you don't say the right thing.
2-0 is bounced on the ground towards second. Gary Leonardo's got it. And there's 2 down. And now let's take a look at the rest of this West Windsor lineup. Now it'll be the pitcher James Pollock, followed by third baseman Drew Safran and right fielder Luke Van Bodegon. Left fielder Zane Wally bats 6th, followed by center fielder Matty Owens and first baseman Rishi Kakarlapudi. The catcher Robbie Cianchetti is hitting 9th, and the bottom 3 all designated hitters Siders Raouf, Matt Smith, and Matt Schrank. That one's taken on the inside corner. James Pollock, if you were with us yesterday, Gus, our video engineer, our cameraman Ryan Baxter, and I were talking about how all the kids have this new bat. As that's taken at the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Easton Hype Fire bat, as we all learned on last night's broadcast.
Easton Heights. Was that made? Are they made in Easton, Pennsylvania?
I mean, yesterday on our broadcast, I kind of tongue-in-cheek just asked, or I guess it was in between innings where I had just kind of asked, you know, where some of the kids get these new bats, and Ryan, being the jokester that he is, said Easton.
Well, one never knows. Of course, we're dealing with a jokester, so.
Can never quite trust what's going on down to our left.
Yeah, he's over there taking bows.
2-2 from Sweeney in the dirt, 3-2.
Pretty good crowd here.
Yeah, certainly for a 10 o'clock in the morning game.
Yeah, actually 10:30.
10:30.
It allowed everybody else more time to get down to the field.
They shouldn't have to wait as long as the Phillies last night. 2-hour delay before they started.
3-2 pitch is ripped towards short. Up with it, Jonathan Wheeler, and the throw is off the glove of Tyler Pichella. I think Wheeler had a little more time over there at shortstop, hustled the throw, and that allows Pollock to reach.
Yeah, I'm not sure who you would give the error there on. Would it be the throw for being a little high, or would it be, it looked like he had it, but maybe it tipped off the top of his glove?
I'm going to go E6. I think the throw was a tad high.
How about ET, the team, error team?
Well, see, that's what I think should be introduced in baseball, the team error.
Interesting.
Ground ball from Safran. Wheeler's going to get another chance, and this time he
There you
makes the
go.
play perfectly. No runs, no hits, one left for West Windsor. On to the second, still no score here from Sunnybrae.
Celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community, Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors. Folks, this is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford has it all. New and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, plus many work-ready trucks. Haldeman Ford has a great variety of EV vehicles, and they service all makes and models, and they're known for their fleet service and state-of-the-art collection center. And coming soon, the area's largest new commercial vehicle center, Haldeman Ford. Here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business here in your hometown of Hamilton on Route 33. Since 1899, also proud to be a part of your greater Hamilton Township community, is Saul Funeral Home. Saul Funeral Home is a fourth-generation, family-owned business that proudly supports the community and has guided families in Mercer County when they need it most. Their caring, dedicated, and compassionate staff is always ready to go above and beyond to bring you closure that you deserve while celebrating the unique life of your loved one. Visit their website, saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. They're proud to sponsor today's Little League games, as well as your teachers as part of the Hamilton Township Education Association. Great teachers in all three school districts. They're out here, not just, they're out here in the beginning supporting the youth, these 12-year-old and under kids who are playing this Little League tournament. These are your teachers. They're there not just for athletic events, they're there to support your children, whether it's the school play, the debate team. The Hamilton Township Education Association, proud to sponsor parts of today's tournament.
Well, it's interesting you should say that, Billy, because he's not from Hamilton, but Hightstown High principal Dennis Vincent is here. He lives in West Windsor, and he's got some friends whose sons play on the team. So nice to see Dennis out here supporting Little League baseball.
First pitch to Hank Little is lined to center right at Matty Owens. One pitch, one away.
Yeah, Matty almost overran that a little bit, but stuck with it.
Bill, I want to thank you for providing everybody with the harmonious voice on those ad reads, and also allowing everybody to be able to see the kids warm up. Who needs commercial breaks?
I'm waiting to hear the tremendous segues that Billy comes up with. Billy, by the way, we ate at your favorite restaurant last Sunday.
The Revere.
Yep. Took a couple there that had never eaten there before, and they absolutely loved it.
Count 1 ball, no strikes on the first baseman, Tyler Pichella, now 2-0, as that one's down and in.
Funny you mentioned that. I was away at the shore, and I was at a couple restaurants which were mediocre at best, and it makes you realize the value of the local restaurants we have in this area. The Revere amongst them.
Good pitch there. Took something off of that.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Pichella. Bill, remind me in between innings, I got to now ask you which restaurants you frequented down the shore so I know where to avoid later this summer.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch is lined in the air towards center, and Control-C, Control-V. Matty Owens makes the play, and there's 2 down.
Matty's on it, on top of it.
Gonna bring up the left fielder, Blake Manning. And Fish, speaking of vacations, remind me later on, I gotta get your thoughts on your trip to Cooperstown.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, like otherworldly.
First pitch to Manning is taken for a strike.
Not just the Hall of Fame itself, but the town of Cooperstown. And we stayed on a hotel. Your buddy, your #1 fan, Barbara, took me there as a Christmas present. Got us a lakefront hotel, a window with a view of a lake and mountains. A minute from the Hall of Fame and Doubleday Field, and you could spend a week in there and not see everything. You really, if you're a baseball fan, just tremendous.
1-1 pitch popped up, foul territory. Karkalaputi calling, makes the grab. That's an easy 1-2-3 frame for James Pollock. We're still scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the second here in game number 2 of the New Jersey District 12 tournament.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
And today's game also brought to you by the Italian People's Bakery and Deli, the pride of the burg since 1936 at 63 Butler Street. Hey, it's picnic time. Nothing tastes better than a hot dog or a hamburger on an Italian People's roll. I'm telling you, fresh out of their oven, they stack them up high right there at the pride of the burg. Go visit them. They're still in Chambersburg, 63 Butler Street. Hey, they do deli trays, party trays as well. You got outdoor picnics, confirmation parties, graduation parties coming up. Think of the Italian People's Bakery. It's summertime. Hot dogs, hamburgers on an Italian People's Bakery. Bread and rolls is a double play combination that can't be beat.
Luke Van Bodegen, the right fielder, leading it off for West Windsor. He takes a strike at the knees. Still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second. We've only had 2 reach base, 1 via an error, 1 via a single. 0-1 pitch is over for a called strike 2 in the same spot.
Yeah, I think if it's there again, he might want to swing at it.
Let's see if Sweeney triples up. He tried to, and it hit him in the hip. A glancing blow allows Van Bodegen to reach.
Oh boy, that's the last thing you want to do. Get 2 strikes on a guy and then put him on.
It's like Owen Kirkering the other day in Houston. Came into relief at the first batter. It's turned out to be the winning run.
Fortunately, I missed that whole dreadful series being up in Cooperstown. Maybe it was my being gone and Phillies weren't excited. They knew I wasn't watching. Because the night I get back, they score 13.
I mean, that would make the most sense as
Yeah,
Zane
well,
Wally is the batter. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss.
You've always had a firm grasp of reality, Jordan.
Yeah, it wasn't the struggling offense. It was just Fish wasn't in the state.
Exactly. I had to watch the Mets and the Yankees the whole time I was up there.
That's a called strike 3.
Jordan, if you've never been up there, I highly recommend you go.
It's on the bucket list.
And let me tell you this: don't go up for 1 day. Plan 3 days. I mean, we did it in 2, and I saw a lot of stuff, but I could have looked at more stuff more intently if we had an extra day. It's that interesting.
Owen shoots that first pitch foul.
I spent just an hour and a half in the Babe Ruth room. They have a whole room for Babe Ruth. 100 years later, and that guy is still a legend amongst Americans.
See, I feel like I don't have to go now. I'm just getting the full rundown.
All
the halls, all different wings.
Well, I'm gonna post a bunch of stuff on Facebook, so you'll be able to see some of the memorabilia I took, like Jimmy Rollins cleats that he wore doing his MVP year, and Mike Schmidt's bat for his 500th homer, and the home run the bat Rick Wise used to hit 2 home runs when he pitched a no-hitter. A lot of neat stuff.
0-1 on the way from Sweeney, and that's bounced foul. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Well, speaking of Facebook, did you enjoy my comment on your Facebook post from yesterday?
Yeah, Barbara said you seemed pretty excited that we were going to be. You're the somebody.
Yeah, you didn't know who was going to be calling this first game with you, and so I had to let you know in excited fashion.
Oh wait, you're not doing the second game?
It's going to be Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Me and Ryan are going to trade places.
Oh,
for
you're
the
trading
second game.
places. Okay.
Always excited to do games with you, Fish.
I have to. Same here, pal. I have to adapt now.
That one gets away, and Van Bodegen's going to try for second. The throw is perfect, but not in time.
That was a perfect throw, but he did slide in. I mean, the throw was right on the bag. All right, well, first scoring threat of the game right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Owens. And again, he stays alive.
I'm sure Sweeney wants to bear down now. He's a hit batter and then a wild pitch has put the guy on second. He knows he wants to make these guys earn it, not give it to him.
Again to the backstop. Van Bodegen's going to get to third easily. And 2 wild pitches have him less than 90 feet away.
Yep. You saw some wild pitches some wild things last night. We'll talk about that a little later. First game last night.
Pitch is shot right towards our camera. That had to look pretty cool coming into your living room.
Yeah, you didn't see our cameraman flinch. He put his fist up to try to not knock it away.
That's fine. Me and Joe were playing the game where we couldn't flinch yesterday, and literally the very next pitch after we talk about it, line drive comes back towards this gate as Wally's down on strikes. It's a big strikeout for Sweeney.
Real big, and he had to get mentally tough there because, you know, he'd been letting this guy get around the bases. Had to bear down and get that strikeout, especially, you know, fouled off a pitch. It was a good at-bat, a tough at-bat by Owens, but Sweeney won the war.
And now it's Rishi Karkalapudi ahead in the count 1-0. But as me and Joe just got done talking about neither of us being able to flinch or we would lose the game, a blind drive comes right over here and I immediately lost.
Wow. Okay, well, that takes the pressure off for the rest of the night.
It did. It was perfect timing. It got a laugh out of everybody.
Oh, the things I miss.
Fish, we know you wouldn't have flinched.
I'd have been under the table.
2 balls, 1 strike would have been ducking behind Gus. Gus has said that he would protect us.
Yes, he has. Gus he's talked brave.
Gus is just telling us about how he's protected other crews in the past. As the 2-1 is down low, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Now, Sweeney wants to try to get a little better command here. Running some deep counts.
Hasn't allowed a hit to this point. Been an error in the hit by pitch. And that's down low, ball 4. So West Windsor has found a way to get guys on in every way but a hit. Yeah. They have the error, the hit by pitch, and now the walk.
Yeah, all they need is a missed third strike to hit for the cycle. To not hit, to non-hit for the cycle. You like that? You get that?
The reverse cycle. Didn't we talk about that last year?
Maybe.
As that one's taken high to Sion Chetty. We were talking about the 7 ways that you can reach first base.
Yeah, we might have.
That was a year ago. None of us remember what we had for breakfast this morning.
No, actually, I remember a year ago better than I remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
That's ripped foul. It's 1-1.
As you get older, that's a trend.
Yeah, Billy understands.
You remember things from your youth, but you don't remember what happened yesterday.
Nope.
That's like what you guys and Marty Flynn were talking about, the historical perspective, right?
Yeah, that's why we didn't talk about it last week.
Not a clue what went on yesterday.
No.
They're going to try the first to third steal play. The throw down to second's in time, and that's how you defend it very well. The inning comes to a close. West Windsor leaves one stranded over at third. We'll go to the third, no score.
Over 1,400 tariff-free cars ready to go at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Dolden Avenue, Ewing Township. Hyundai Kona, Palisade, Tucson, Santa Fe, Elantris, all priced for immediate sale. No one has the selection of the special pricing that Hyundai of Trenton has. Over 1,400 tariff-free cars. If you were ever thinking of a new car, SUV, or EV vehicle, folks, now is the time to buy at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Dolden Avenue, Ewing Township. Remember, over 1,400 tariff-free cars waiting for you to test drive and save. Thunder Baseball is back, as well as Dave Edwards, the leader of the District 12 Little League Tournament. This man does more work than anybody else. He's all over the place, And folks, he runs this Little League tournament, and he does a great job with it.
He's looking for a free hot dog, Dave.
Listen, Thunder Baseball is back for the 2025 season. Catch all the fun and excitement of Thunder games throughout the season. For ticket and information, visit TrentonThunder.com. That's TrentonThunder.com, or call them at 609-394-3300, 609-394-3300. Excuse me. Post-game fireworks nights. Tuesdays, kids eat for free. Wednesday, dollar dog nights. The Phillies might have given up dollar dog days, but your hometown Trenton Thunder still has dollar dog nights every Wednesday. Thirsty Thursday and pork roll Fridays throughout the season. Trenton Thunder Baseball, Big League Futures, Major League Fun.
Oh, you can never beat Dollar Dog Night at the ballpark, isn't that right, Bill?
You can't beat it. You can't beat the things that Little League Baseball provides for the youth of our community. And it's it's an honor for us to be out here, because this doesn't exist in America almost anymore.
A lot of
Youth
places
baseball.
it doesn't. Yeah, a lot
And
of
it's
places it doesn't.
still here in Mercer County. Dave Edwards, his staff, the people who Marty Flynn mentioned earlier, the parents, volunteers out here cleaning this field 6 in the morning, getting it ready for us to sit here and video stream it to your backyard.
And a lot of fans. I mean, a big crowd, which we don't like, because that means less people are watching
No,
us.
we do like it.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it makes for a great atmosphere. And, a lot of excitement around the park here.
Cam Drudy's set to lead it off, the 8-hole hitter for Sunnybrae. Scoreless game as we go to the third. Drudy squares, drops it down, it's foul, rolling up the third baseline.
Yeah, let's go back to that last inning. Really nice throw by catcher Hank Little. It looked like he looked the runner back to third right before he threw it. I caught him out the corner of my eye because I was watching the base runner. It looked like he looked him back and then made the throw, and it was still plenty of time. So great job by Little.
Yeah, the throw was hesitated, and that's what I mean when talking about how that's the way you defend that first to third play, because even at the high school level, you see teams struggle whenever you put that steal on.
Right.
But Hank Little did a great job checking that runner at third and then still making the strong throw down to second. 1-1 from Pollock is a breaking ball. It's fouled back into the netting.
That's what you call good coaching. Nice of Dave Edwards to pop over and say hello.
Does a great job.
Not just here, Hamilton Little Lads basketball. Dave is very invested in the youth of Hamilton and Mercer County.
It's always great at these tournaments getting to see some of the people who make all of the youth sports in Mercer County so good and so accessible as well.
Yeah, you got to have people to care.
Slow roller towards short, charging Keeley. The throw's not in time. Drudy was burning it up the line, and he beats it out.
Well, I'll tell you what, Keeley did everything he could. He got it, made the exchange glove to hand quickly, and made a good, strong throw, but Drudy just busted it down the line. Great hustle.
More legends. Kyle Franco, the sports editor of the Trentonian.
A younger legend.
All the stars are out here at Sunnybrae.
We've had the old legends here. Now we have the... Kyle can remember what he did last week.
It was probably me, because me and Kyle, we always seem to run into each other now wherever we go. Any game we're at, whether it be at Ryder or here around Mercer County at WBCB.
You two deserve each other.
Kyle's always so happy to see me, right? Sometimes.
I'd like to say hello to Patty Andanazio, the head of the HTEA, who's watching these games. And remember, your Hamilton Township Education Association, proud to support the youth of our community as well.
Count 0-2 on Connor Kelleher. Popped up, another one shallow into right. Mittendorf drops it. He's going to have a play at second. It'll wind up being a fielder's choice.
Heads up play. And Drudy got a late start because we saw his speed, but he just got too late of a start when that ball popped out.
Next up, your extra hitter number 11.
And Mittendorf alertly making the throw to get it.
That'll bring Derek Ralphie, the 11-hole or 10-hole hitter, to the plate. Derek Palfy.
It's an interesting fielder's choice play.
It goes down as 4-6. This one's popped up. Mittendorf might get another chance, and he's called off by Clark Gillapudi, who puts it away.
I don't know. Maybe Sunnybrae might be just trying to hit for the fences a little too much here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and although the one was dropped, that's 5 pop-ups now for Sunnybrae. A lot of times when you see a player swinging too hard, he tends to pop it up. So I don't know, either that or Pollock's just got great stuff. Well, maybe probably a combination of both.
5 pop-ups. They do have the 2 line-outs to center as well.
Right. Ooh,
this one's hit well down the left field line. That's going to get down and one hop the wall. Keller is off to the races. They're waving him home. Here comes the relay, and he's out. Wow. Well, you talk about good coaching, good fielding. Case in point right there as West Windsor holds Sunnybrae off the scoreboard here in the 3rd. Wally to Keeley and then home to Sion Chetty. And this game stays scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd here on WBCB.
What a play.
Yes, it was a great play. And, you know, we're sitting here watching great plays like this, and it just so happens that it's time for your commercial to come up, the Trentonian. And as I sit here and I think about, you know, all these advertisers are local people, you can't think of a Little League tournament without thinking about Jim Davis.
Nope.
Jim Davis is the one who really gave this District 12 Little League tournament the recognition that it deserved. Remember the days where you had the big pull-out section of all the Little League teams from Chambersburg to teams that unfortunately West End Little League.
West End.
But Jim started this tradition, and we're fortunate that the Trentonian continues that traditional coverage today. Red Birch is out here covering the game. You're doing the color commentator. The sports editor, instead of sitting home and dictating orders, is out here with his camera taking pictures and doing it. And you don't find that. Jordan, you don't find that in today's world, especially in today's media world, where people are hands-on covering neighborhood activities.
And we love it.
So it makes the community so great around here, right?
Yeah, well, I think so.
I mean, you have newspapers who don't print on Saturdays. You have newspapers who don't print that did years ago. I mean, we don't have to go through naming them all, but we know who we're talking about. And that's not being critical of them. It was management decisions. Well, first off, they aren't locally owned anymore, and it's management decisions high above anybody on a local level. Yet the Trentonian is still here 7 days a week. And you know what? They're modern, too. You can read about these games online with Red Birch later on this afternoon. The Trentonian, for coverage you can count on.
You know, yeah, you're right. You talk about Jim, and Jim was a sort of a trendsetter in 2 different things. He was the first guy to do the Little League, and then he started to do field hockey, and that got a lot of coverage. And then Joe O'Gorman obviously took his place doing field hockey. But the Little League was a big deal, and Jim's coverage kind of forced the Trenton Times into doing it, and then Marianne Tarr did it for a lot of years for the Times, and you know, and thank goodness that there were 2 papers covering it in 1992 when Nottingham went all the way to Williamsport, you know, and the interest is there. I mean, you can see it. Even though this District 12 is down to 5 teams, look at all the people here. So anyway, let's get back to the game.
The 1-2 pitch, it's bounced foul by Robbie Cianchetti, the catcher who was on the receiving end of that picture-perfect relay play to end the top of the 3rd.
It sure was. That was exciting.
And it had to be perfect, too. I thought Kelleher was going to score, and he was coming around the pillows quick, and Cianchetti goes down swinging here, but
I think Cianchetti did a pretty good job of blocking the plate, too, kind of making him slide around a little bit. I mean, I don't think he can completely block it, right? Isn't it like the Little League or the Major League rule? I'm not really sure.
I believe you do if you give him the lane to slide, but either way, the throw beat him by a good bit.
Yeah, it sure did.
That one's inside, so Sweeney's now hit a guy and is backed a couple off the plate.
And you know what? I mean, I don't disagree with the third base coach sending him in the least, because at this level, you want to make kids make the play. You know, you got to, at Little League, very rarely do you see a perfectly executed relay from outfield to infield to home. And West Windsor did a great job.
It's now 3 balls and no strikes. And typically the rule of thumb is if the left fielder doesn't have the ball by the time the runner gets to third, that's when you send him. And that was the case there. It was just fantastic defense.
Yes, exactly. I'll tell you, this West Windsor team has looked very impressive here in the early going.
I think all the teams you guys have covered so far have looked very impressively defensively and pitching-wise.
Yeah,
Defense, you got to have it.
Bordentown and Robbinsville played a very clean game yesterday. A very exciting finish to that one with the steal of home. Robbinsville walked it off, advanced to the second game today, taking on Nottingham, as Raouf draws a 6-pitch walk. And now it'll be the 11-hole hitter, Matt Smith. Though Sweeney has struck out 3 of the last 5 that he's faced, but the other 2 have reached via a walk. Not letting the fielders do much in the way of making plays.
Hey, don't forget you can watch from Chicky and Pete's, the show with Tommy Green. The
Bull session.
Bull session with Tommy Green every Monday night, right?
They put that on the TVs there?
Yeah, it's video streamed.
Okay.
Right here on WBCB.
The one in Bordentown?
Once in a while they get there, but it's mostly in Philadelphia. Or
Oh, you mean Tommy Green goes there?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant they put it on the TVs.
No, it's on our YouTube page. It's a baseball show we've been doing every summer.
Well, a lot of people put the video stream on their TVs. They hook it up.
Yeah.
Smith drops down the bunt, charging Kelleher, only played a first, and there's 2 outs.
Speaking of shows, starting this August, Jordan Hirsch going to be hosting his own show with your participation, Rich.
Won't that be something?
It will be interesting, that's for sure. Everybody's going to have to tune in, because if you think that me and Fish banter back and forth when we call these games, just wait till we're talking high school football in a few weeks. I guess more than a few weeks, maybe
August
8-9 weeks.
22nd, the first game.
Raouf taking a bit of a lead off of second, and he's looked back. Already talking about football. We had football weather during yesterday's game,
Yeah,
that's
for
sure.
sure. I don't want to rush it. Let's have a summer first.
Oh! That looked like it caught
Got the helmet.
Matt Schrank up high. It's another hit by pitch, the second of the day.
He seems okay. He bounced right up. Just kind of had a mini smile on his face, but they're just checking, make sure.
It's never what you want to see. We're going to step aside real quick and be back after this here on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Matt Smith is going to go courtesy run for Matt Schrank, who got hit up high. He's one of the designated hitters, so we won't really be too sure of any updates until his spot in the lineup comes back up, if it comes back up.
Right.
Joseph Keeley now will be the batter. He tried to bunt for a hit and was thrown out to begin this ball game.
I'll tell you what, West Windsor's been getting some chances here. They need to come through. I mean, you're only going to get so many chances against a good pitcher.
First pitch is up and in. It's kind of been the trend. It's got to be pretty uncomfortable up there if you're a West Windsor batter. Sweeney's now hit 2.
Yeah.
He's been coming inside on a lot. And I don't think it's necessarily by design.
Ooh,
There's another one.
inside.
That's straight to the backstop.
No, I don't either.
Both runners advance. It's now second and third with 2 down. They're saying Keeley got hit with that.
Oh, boy.
It's the third hit by pitch. And so now the bases are loaded. I don't even think Keeley realized it.
No, I don't think he did either.
Well, here's another chance for West Windsor. Bases loaded, 2 away for Levi Mittendorf.
Well, you know, Chris Owens, the manager, he said, you know, in the preview for this game, for this tournament, we have to hit. If we hit, we'll be all right. And I guess this is what he means, these situations. You have bases loaded, somebody's got to come through with a hit.
Yeah, James Pollock has done a nice job shutting down the Sunnybrae lineup through the first 3 innings. Trying to get him some run support. That's fouled away. It's quickly 0-2.
Well, that's a good sign for Sweeney because he's been having these control issues. And last thing you want to do is get behind 2-0, 3-0. Have to really worry about getting one in there. Then you start aiming it.
Protect the plate, buddy. Protect the plate.
Just off the plate.
Yeah, just off.
He's been close with a lot of these. The strike zone appears to be pretty small today. Now the 1-2. And that's taken down, and the count goes even.
Well, Sweeney wants to come in with this one. He goes 3-2, and the pressure shifts to him.
It's a prime RBI spot for Mittendorf. Chance to give his team the lead. This one's popped up foul and off the net.
Hanging tough. Nice to see the cutouts of the Sunnybrae kids' faces on the along that third base line.
They've got the whole lineup down there.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Mittendorf looking to come through and give West Windsor the lead.
Oh.
And he's down looking. Right at the knees, a called strike 3.
That looked about as close as those other ones did, so that might have been up a little bit.
Sweeney loads up the bases but gets out of it. We're still scoreless. To the 4th inning we go here on WBCB.
The Hamilton Township Division of Health offers a variety of free services to keep you and your community healthy. It's important for everyone to stay up to date on recommended vaccines. Whether you or a loved one needs an annual flu shot, a COVID-19 vaccine, or a pneumonia shot, Hamilton's Division of Health is ready to help. Are you or a loved one homebound? Well, the division's caring nurses will bring your vaccine to you. For families that may be underinsured or uninsured, the division offers free routine vaccinations for children. Most residents in Mercer County are able to take advantage of the free and confidential STI and HIV testing clinic. The staff at the Hamilton Township Division of Health are experienced and proud to serve the Hamilton community. Visit hamiltonnj.com/health for more information and services and upcoming clinics and eligibility. That's the hamiltonnj.com/health. Stay healthy, Hamilton. The HTEA, Hamilton Township Education Association, proud to sponsor portions of today's Little League games from Sunnybrae Little League. Your teachers are there from the beginning to the end. From the beginning of your career as a 12-year-old to a graduating senior. And by the way, the teachers of the Hamilton Township Education Association would like to congratulate all graduating seniors on a great, great career in your neighborhood Hamilton Township schools and wish you the best of luck. Speaking of traditions, for fine Italian cuisine second to none, right there in Ewing Township, New Jersey, it's the Revere Restaurant. You don't have to go down to South Philly to like 10th and Catherine or up to New York's Mulberry Street in Little Italy in Manhattan, because nestled along the historic Delaware River is the Revere, offering you the finest Italian cuisine, steaks, chops, and fresh seafood. Open 7 days. Call 609-882-6365 for reservations.
It'll be Owen DeMassey leading it off in the 4th for Sunnybrae, the lone lefty in this game. DeMassey was up, or thought he was going to be up last inning. But the perfect relay play from left to short to home cut down what would have been the first run of this game.
Yeah. Boy, West Windsor's interesting line. They have no hits and 6 runners left on base.
First pitch to DeMassey is in there for a called strike 1. It's got about as straight of a up and down stance as you can get.
Yeah, you're not kidding. No crouching there. He provides that bigger strike zone for the pitcher, that's for sure.
It's taken away off the plate, 1-1. And his feet can't be more than 6 inches apart. As that breaking ball catches the plate, and it's 1-2. One, two's outside. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the 12-hole hitter, Owen DeMassey. Ground ball up the middle, that's through for a base hit. It'll be the 3rd single of the day for Sunnybrae, and the 2nd time they've had their leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, 4th hit.
So now back to the top of the order for Marco Gerard. Popped out to short his first time up. Gerard squares and takes a strike. It's been the trend so far through the first 2 games of this tournament. Somebody gets on, they immediately try to bunt them over.
Well, you should. You know, you want to get that lead. It's always good psychologically to get the lead, I think.
You want to put him in scoring position, too.
Yeah.
Score, you know, in a tight, close game like this.
Right, you bunt them over, then you got your 2nd and 3rd guys coming up. You know, these first 3 guys in the lineup have all been through this District 12, 12-year-old pressure before. They know how to deal with it. Which,
this one slapped foul down the left field line.
which I tell you what, that makes Pollock. Pollock has really been very impressive in this game. And, you know, West Windsor, I'm sure they were kind of an afterthought to a lot of people. They haven't had a great history in this tournament of late. But they had a few travel teams that they put together of all West Windsor kids that won a few tournaments, and I think some of those kids might be on this team. And you know, they've got some winning experience, so that always helps.
Pollock's now looking to work around the leadoff man reaching base in back-to-back innings. This one's hit foul towards no man's land.
Sort of surprised Allentown doesn't have a team represented here in the Little League. They've been sort of, you know, doing well in sports.
Yeah, you know, I don't think they ever had an Allentown team, though. I think they were the Millstone Roosevelt team. Yeah, which was still Allentown players, I think. There used to be a lot of hyphenated teams in this tournament. Cranberry Plainsboro, Millstone Roosevelt. There was another one. I can't remember right now.
2-2 from Pollock. That's just a bit low. Payoff pitch. Line drive hard towards right center field. That's going to get down. It's played nicely by Owens. That holds DeMassey at 2nd. And the first 2 are aboard for Sunnybrae to start inning number 4.
Wow. It's the best scoring opportunity either team has had. First 2 guys on.
So now Gary Leonardo. Gotta believe the bunt play is on here.
I don't know. I mean, you know, you got one of your better hitters up there. We'll see. Yep.
He squares
He
and
does.
gets it down. It's a good one. Right back to the mound. Only play for Pollock is to first. Job well done by Leonardo. Gets the 2 into scoring position.
Absolutely.
And now Declan Sweeney.
Well, there you go. I would think there's no better guy you want up in this situation than your number 3 hitter, who's also your pitcher, who would love to get himself some runs.
Got to be very careful, too. That open base at first. Sweeney takes in the dirt. And if you're Sweeney on the flip side, the approach has to be a patient one, knowing you might not get much good to hit.
With the base open, yeah. I love Sweeney. He's got a great expression, a great determined expression.
Well, that gets away, and both runners will have to hold. That's what we saw yesterday oftentimes in the Bordentown-Robbinsville game. A ball would go to the backstop, the runner on third would hold, up until the 8th inning when Robbinsville pushed the tying run across on a wild pitch, on a very close play at home. Sweeney grounds it foul, right between the legs of his coach.
Yep.
Might get some grief for that.
Oh, he'll get grief from me, that's for sure. E. Leonardo.
See it, let's go.
Big spot, the 2-1. And Sweeney takes low. Again, it gets away, and again, no advancement.
I think if you had a quicker runner on third, you might maybe try it. I don't think the Massey's got the greatest of speed. Well, this is a great pitch here for Sweeney. 3-1 count. If you don't like it, you let it go. If you like it, you take a rip.
Let's see if Pollock gives him anything good to hit. He does. It's grounded to third. Now they're going to have the runner in a rundown. The throw home is dropped. Oh, man. Cianchetti couldn't hang on, and the ultimate gamble pays off as DeMassey crosses home for the first run.
And I don't think he was supposed to go. Gary Leonardo kind of like threw his arms up like, oh.
He was a little surprised.
Yeah, he was surprised, but I guess dropped the ball, so.
The play shouldn't even have been close.
No.
As the first pitch to Wheeler, he was swinging for the fences.
Get on top of that, Johnny.
And credit to the ump, he didn't ring him up right away. He waited to let the play out.
Umpires do a good job, and they're all volunteers too.
Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. There goes Sweeney on a delayed steal, and no chance.
For this tournament, they're volunteers? They don't get paid?
Believe so. I could be wrong, but I believe so.
I don't know.
So now a chance to add on to this lead for Wheeler. Popped out last time up. And now ahead 2-1.
Trust me, if they are making something, it's not much.
Right.
Gerard on third, Sweeney on second. The 2-1 is lined foul and rattles the fence in front of the West Windsor dugout. Ryan, you were cool over there. Didn't flinch on that. That one was a little further off.
A little to my left, yeah. I couldn't make a play on that one.
2-2 to Wheeler. Ground ball, that's just foul.
Just foul.
Inching up that third baseline and trickles just to the left of the bag.
Come on, boys, let's go.
2-2 is hit well, deep center, Owens back, it's off the wall. This is gonna drive home 2. Wheeler's into second, and it's a 2-run double. 3-0 Sunnybrae on top. The offense coming to life here in the 4th.
Absolutely, he hit a rocket out to center field, and there was really nothing Owens could do but just go after it. And
They had a home run derby here a week ago. He won the home run derby.
is that right? Wheeler did?
Yep.
That ball had a chance to go out. He hit it to the deepest part of the park.
Hey, line drive, kid, line drive. Let's go. Come on, West Windsor.
I don't know if it was high enough, though. I mean, it was kind of a line drive all the way, don't you think?
A little more air underneath it, perhaps.
Yeah, a little more air underneath it, yeah.
That's to the backstop. Wheeler goes to third easily.
I think it had enough air.
Of course, Wheeler, the son of Dan Wheeler, the service manager over there at Haldeman Ford, who's celebrating 50 years in business. Collision Center Dan's in charge of.
1-0 to Hank Little. Flies it foul, and ooh, right off of one of the poles, and then it dropped into the crowd.
Yeah, ball ever chips your car, you know where to take it. Haldeman Ford.
That's right. Out in the parking lot.
Yeah, right.
One, that hit him. Another glancing blow hit by pitch. Those are the easiest ones. And now they're on the corner, still only one down. Batter's going to be Tyler Pichella, who was one of those 2 line-out victims back in the second inning. First one to Pichella is away, and now Little's going to advance on the delayed steal.
Yeah.
Yo, line drive, right side, line drive, let's go.
Yeah, they're just doing that. It's almost predictable now.
1-0 on the way. That's again off the plate, outside.
Yo, hunt you.
Pollock has to gather himself a little bit here.
Hunt your pitch.
Let's go, boys. Pick yourselves up and let's get it out.
2 more in scoring position, the 2-0. Check swing, he went.
Yeah, I'm sure Pollock was a little frustrated when they had that out at home and didn't get it on the drop ball. You know, either way, that double would have brought in 2 runs, but still, you're still dealing with just 1 out now. You got to get 2 more.
That one skips up there. A nice play by Cianchetti behind home plate. Yeah, always interesting to see how some of the pitchers will respond, of course, at this age when, you know, something goes awry in the field.
I'm watching a mother in the Sunnybrae stand. She keeps covering her eyes like she can't watch.
That's outside, ball 4, and that loads them up.
I wonder if that might have been Miss Pichella because her son was batting at the time. Might have been too nervous to watch.
It's always interesting to see some of the parents. Some will pace, some will sit there calm, some will appear to be calm.
Yeah. Well, this is like a first experience for them too, watching their kids in this kind of arena.
They've probably been watching them.
Well, that's true, but I mean, this is, you know, this is the big one. This is the one that gets you to Williamsport. Those other ones are big, but this is, you know, this is ESPN potential.
Blake Manning up with the bases full of Sunnybrae Little Leaguers.
I think.
And he lines it out to center again, right at Owens, who makes the play. Tagging up and scoring is Wheeler.
Pretty good arm by Owens there.
Sack fly RBI for Manning, and it's 4-0.
Billy, do you think if one of our teams makes it to the Williamsport that ESPN will step aside and let us do the games?
I'll tell you, we were covering the Newtown Little League team one year. It was before we were video streaming, and they did make it to Williamsport, and we gave live updates. Obviously, we weren't allowed to broadcast it even.
You couldn't even do the radio?
Nope, because they had their own, and that, or at least during that time frame, they had Williamsport radio stations feeding all the other, to pick up their feed.
See, that's, you know, you should be able to, I understand not being able to
Hey,
video.
you can't even do it on a major league level. I mean, you don't. If the Phillies make the World Series, you aren't going to see Phillies announcers.
But they do it on the
broadcasting.
radio.
Well, they aren't.
I think you should be able to do it on the radio. You got people that have been doing it, covering the team
I
all the
know.
way. I mean, yeah, I know I'm preaching to the choir with you, but I mean, yeah, I understand now we couldn't do it nowadays, but it'd be cool to be able to do it on the radio.
Pitch to Drudy, slap to left, that's down. That's going to bring home at least one more. Stop sign goes up for Pichella. And Sunnybrae has hung a crooked number here in the fourth. It's 5-zip.
Yeah, Sunnybrae's kind of busting things open here. Hitting is contagious. 2 hits now for Cam Drudy.
Pitch to Kelleher, popped up on the infield. Safran, the third baseman, makes the catch to end the inning. But the damage certainly done for Sunnybrae. They hang 5, they lead 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth.
Celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community is Haldeman Ford, Route 33. Anthony Wheeler, go see his father, Dan Wheeler, who's in charge of the collision center there. And they repair all makes and models. You got a chip in your window, a dent, you want to get it taken care of? Hey, go other places first, get an estimate. Take it over to Haldeman's Collision Center and they're probably going to beat it. Haldeman Ford, Route 33, here in Hamilton Township. And along with Jammer Doors and Windows, a 4th generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Renault garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers. Jammer also carries entry doors, patio doors, windows, sales service and installation, and Jammer Doors and Windows does their own installation using no subcontractors, which means fairer prices and more pride in their work. Both residential and commercial sales and service. Visit Jammer Doors and Windows at their showroom, 2850 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1, Lawrenceville. And don't forget, coming this fall, their brand new showroom on Route 1 opposite the Lawrence Shopping Center. Jammer Doors and Windows. Don't forget to get the pride of the burg, the Italian People's Bakery and Deli. They're there, 1936 at 63 Butler Street. It's picnic time, hamburgers, hot dog rolls. They got it all fresh coming right out of the oven. Their oven's imported from Italy. Go see it right there at their flagship store in Chambersburg, 63 Butler Street. Don't forget, for graduation parties, any kind of parties this summer, they also cater. They got the deli trays. They got everything you need. The Italian People's Bakery and Deli, 63 Butler Street. The pride of the burg since 1936. Today's game also brought to you by the Hamilton Township Education Association, proud members of our community. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish the players the best of luck, and also by the Mercer County Republican Party. The Mercer County Republican Party also would like to take this opportunity to wish all the Little League players the best of luck. Your Mercer County Republican Party, and don't forget Marty Flynn running for the 14th Legislative District, your Mercer County Republican Party.
We go to the bottom of the fourth. Sunnybrae now on top 5-0, and Tyler Pichella is going to take over on the mound. Declan Sweeney goes to first, perhaps trying to preserve his pitch count now for later in this tournament.
Yeah, I actually wasn't paying attention to how many pitches he had thrown.
Pollock hits it towards deep left center. Gerard back, reaches up, and makes the grab.
Gave it a ride.
Pollock sent that one out to the warning track.
Now that's one he hit to the deepest part of the park that if he'd hit it, pulled it, that probably could have gone. That definitely had the height.
Certainly the height, with the weather getting warmer, just didn't carry quite enough. And now it'll be Drew Safran, the third baseman. Safran takes on the inside corner.
Don't forget, we'll be doing all the winter bracket games on our YouTube page, WBCB, throughout this tournament, and the Consolation Championship round.
Yes.
Losers bracket championship round.
In the dirt, 1-1. That losers bracket championship game is Tuesday, 7 o'clock start.
It's called elimination bracket now, fellas. You can't say loser.
I was going to say, you're right. That's not a good terminology.
No, it's
Ground ball, right side, charging Leonardo, bare hands and flips.
so yeah, a straight switch there, huh? With Sweeney going from the how do you say it? Pichella?
Tyler Pichella.
Pichella going from first to pitch, and Sweeney going from pitch to first.
Makes it easy enough for the umpires on their scorecard and for the broadcasters on ours.
Yes, more importantly.
Luke Van Bodegin is the batter. He swings at the first pitch and grounds it foul. That one was really close.
Yeah, seen a few close ones down there.
Again, it hugged the chalk.
Hug, good wording, good wordage.
Always trying to have a deep vocabulary and
That's
dig
right.
into the thesaurus.
That's right. Sometimes people can get a little too deep with their vocabulary. I read a book about John Adams by the great historian
0-1 pitch clips the outside corner,
David.
or missed the outside corner. Did not clip it.
People are pointing here. A lot of action going on here all of a sudden.
We're a very popular 10.
Yeah, we are. It's coming in and out.
1-1 in the dirt.
Anyway, I read this book, and this guy used so many big words where lesser words probably would have done the job. And I'm thinking, why do you use these large words when a lot of people can't understand them, and you got to keep going to the dictionary to figure out what they are? It ruins the flow of the book. Of course, I could hit him.
Right off the heel.
I could just be dumber than the average reader too, so that might have something to do with it. That's the second time now Van Boden's been hit.
The second time he hasn't really been any worse for wear because of it.
Nope. Little conference at the mound here. I don't know what this is all about.
Well, if you're in the conversation, stop by the Revere for a happy hour someday. The Revere at 802 River Road in Ewing Township. Great food, great sandwiches during the day for lunch, and they're also offer the best Italian cuisine between New York and Philadelphia, right here, nestled in your backyard at 802 River Road in Ewing Township.
Billy, let me ask you, has that building been there since the Revolutionary War?
Well, that property's been there. We'll get back to this in a second.
Okay.
Zane Wiley, he's got a hit before we can talk about more food.
No, I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about the building.
They've been there since 1863.
Really?
Yes, they have.
Built during the Civil War.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
You go in there, you'll see pictures along the wall of what that place looked like back in 1863, right up through the flood in 1955 to today.
One to Wally is down low. Snap throw back to first.
They seem to be interested in Van Bogadam here. Maybe that was what that conference at the mound was all about.
They're delaying our trip to the Revere restaurant. We can see all the historical artifacts and paintings.
Yes.
Now 3 balls and no strikes, and again paying a very close eye to the man at first.
Has it always been a restaurant, Billy?
Yes, it has.
Okay. Wow. 1863.
Yep.
Wonder what the delicacies were back then.
Probably fresh trout from the river.
Ah.
3-0 pitch, that is in there.
Back then, I bet your restaurants did go to the Delaware and catch fish and for dinner that night.
Yeah, probably hunted too.
Yeah, right.
Deer meat.
Venison.
This one's hit foul.
Shot of coming back here from 3-0. Works it even, 3-2.
He's hunting for a strikeout.
Yes.
It's 1-0 now me in terms of the segue battle between me and Bill.
Now Wally's fishing for a walk.
1-1.
Ba-doom, boom.
Full count pitch. Ground ball past the mound and then under the glove of Leonardo. It just sits there, and going to third is Van Bodegon.
You talk about a frustrating ball. That ball just squibbled through everybody.
And I guess you got to give it a hit, right?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That was just one. You talk about a ball that had eyes. That's a legitimate ball that had eyes.
It had eyes, and it looked like it was being controlled by a joystick. Rolling along the infield.
Perfect description. You're right.
Like a remote control car.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Frogger or Pac-Man.
First pitch to Matt.
Bye.
882-6365. At 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
We go to the top of the fifth here from Sunnybrae. The Bray is on top 5-0, and their backs go back to work. Bottom three in this order, it'll be Derek Palfy, Wyatt Furnish, and Owen Demassey. A fish. It's good to see Pichella put up that shutdown inning, perhaps a bit of a wide strike zone.
Yeah. Good for Sunnybrae to see it, not for West Windsor.
As they look to add on to this 5-0 lead. They're halfway to the Mercy Rule.
Well, I've been impressed with West Windsor, though. I mean, one blow-up inning there, but West Windsor just cannot seem to get the hit. I mean, we didn't mention it before, but that infield single by Zane Wally, that's their first hit. That was their first hit of the game. Again, they've left 8 runners on base. They just can't get the clutch hit. I mean, they look solid out in the field.
First pitch to Palfy, big swing and a foul tip.
You know, Pollock probably deserved a little bit better fate in that last inning.
Palfy, he looks like he's sporting one of the torpedo bats with how big the barrel is.
Yeah, seriously.
And he crushes this one foul.
Look out. Oh, man.
He was getting some tutelage from his third base coach after that last big swing. He stayed inside that baseball and rocketed it.
That guy nearly got it. He nearly bought it. It's showing how he got out of the way now to his.
You straighten that out and get a little height underneath it, it might be back in those trees and left.
Absolutely. Like that?
That's fly to left. It's not going to be deep enough as Wally makes the grab. It's not hit hard enough.
I'll tell you, as hard as that was hit, that's deep in those woods. I don't know if anybody's going to find it.
That'll bring Wyatt Furnish to the plate. He was the one who doubled, but then it was Kelleher getting thrown out at the plate back in the third. So he's 1 for 1. He He gave that ball a ride to left. Big swing, no contact. As what happens, you have these big barrels on the aluminum bat, you make hard contact. The ball can fly here.
Yep.
Still looking for our first home run of this tournament.
Yeah, the fence is a little higher here than it is at Nottingham. That's where the sectional tournament will be held.
200 feet down either line.
I tell you, we were at that Abner Doubleday field. What a nice field that is. It's just, you can feel the history coming out of it.
0-2 from Pollock. That's line to left field, right at Zane Wally. He's been busy this inning. He's responsible for both outs.
We were wondering, though, I mean, there's a lot of houses out past the outfield fences there. Center field was only 390, and I remember when they used to play an exhibition game there. Two major league teams would play an exhibition game on Hall of Fame weekend. How many broken windows ended up in those houses?
Massey takes a strike.
No broken window worries here. Nothing but nature behind these fences.
Yeah. Worst you can get is maybe a broken branch. 0-1 the count on Owen DeMassey. And that's upstairs.
You never know. Could hit a squirrel or something out there.
Well, we hope that all the animals are safe.
Yeah, you'd think they've been around long enough to know the pitfalls.
Yeah, they're probably taking in the game from high up in the trees. They've got their binoculars out.
Yeah.
1-1. DeMassey swings and misses at one in the dirt.
You got to give Pollock credit. I mean, he gave up the 5 in that last inning, and he's come back strong so far. I mean, he didn't let himself get down like, this game's over. He's coming back strong. Good
call,
catch.
strike 3. It throws DeMassey, and that's a quick 1-2-3 frame. We go to the bottom of the 5th. West Windsor trailing 5-0.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 five-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Hey, welcome back to Sunnybrae Little League, and I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for making today's game possible.
Now we got the right mic.
Yeah, right. Grabbed the wrong microphone there. Sorry about that. Hey, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for making this possible here today. People, and if you like what you're watching, by the way, call Brianne O'Neill, our sports director. Just go to our website and you'll find her contact information. We could be out there doing your game, your community event. It doesn't have to be an athletic event. It could be a community picnic. If you'd like us to video stream it live, we'll be more than glad to do so. Just get a hold of WBCB and reach out to Brianne O'Neill, and she's our sports director and does a great job at it. Be glad to video stream your event, and again, it can be non-athletic. It can be a community event in your park, any kind of a function. We'll be glad to do it for you.
Super Bowl party at your house?
Super Bowl party at your house. I'd like to thank the fine sponsors for making this possible. People like the teachers in the Hamilton Township School District, not only in the athletic field, but in the classroom. They're there to support you as well.
First pitch to Karka Laputi. He takes outside. We promise for any event that we video stream live, we will be wearing the correct headsets.
Right, yeah.
Billy put on the wrong headset and was just blathering away over here. None of us could hear him.
I couldn't hear myself. That's called a senior citizen moment.
Oh, is it ever?
Chop to third. Kelleher across the diamond, one away. And we all know Bill, he's got his loud booming voice that is,
Yeah.
one that, we hear all the time with some of the ads, and we all love to hear it. So when we couldn't hear him,
Trip to
we're
the
all
mound
upset.
here. What's happening?
Well, this trip to the mound is brought to you by Haldeman Ford, celebrating 50 years of doing business here in the Hamilton Township and Mercer and Bucks County communities, as well as your Hamilton Township Division of Health. You want a healthy Hamilton, and the Division of Health is going to help you get that way. And if you have any questions, you can just go to their website, hamiltonnj.com/health. They'll be glad to provide you with their annual flu shot, a COVID-19 vaccine, pneumonia shots. Hamilton Township's Division of Health is ready there for you. Don't forget, you can read about this game with Red Birch later on in the Trentonian or online at trentonian.com for complete coverage of this District 12 Little League tournament. It is the Trentonian.
Jordan, it just hit me. You said you were talking to Declan Sweeney's grandfather. I know that. I was just talking to, I forgot, it's Vince DiDonato is his grandfather. Yes, I went to school with him.
Michelle is going to come out of this game.
Yeah, what's happening here?
We'll talk more about the family encounters around Mercer County on the other side of this break. We'll be back after this on WBCB.
This must be a pitch count.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 five-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
New pitcher for Sunnybrae is Owen DeMasi. He was one of the designated hitters, so no defensive changes to let you know about other than the new pitcher. And he's going to be facing Robbie Sanchetti with one down here in the bottom of the fifth. Sunnybrae on top 5-0.
Lefty, new look.
Facing a lineup that's all right-handed hitters.
We're not sure if he was taken out for pitch count or because it seemed like that seemed like a long conversation on the mound just for a pitch count move.
He only went an inning and a third.
Yeah, and he threw 18 pitches, so.
Popped up, right side. Sweeney, the starter, makes the catch.
Well, it doesn't matter who comes in, they're not giving up hits. One hit, one scratch single.
That'll be Cyrus Raouf. One hit, but a lot of base runners.
Yeah. Yeah, there has not been a 1-2-3 inning for Sunnybrae in this game. West Windsor's gotten base runners on every inning. Again, as we mentioned, 8 runners left on base.
Raouf looking to continue that trend. Backed off the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to count. The fish is drumming away on the table.
That's a drumming kind of day.
It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Are we going to have to start calling you Jammin' Rich Fisher?
Jammin' Rich Fisher.
I can't take your name, pal. How about Rockin'?
Ooh, there, I think that's even better.
Playing all your favorite sounds, spinning them round and round every weeknight. On WBCB, it's Rockin' Rich.
You could have your own music show.
I can. Let's see, we had the Geeter with the heater. What am I?
You can still hear his shows, too.
Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Afternoons from 4 to 5 on 1490 AM and 107.7 FM, or 107.3 FM.
There you go.
Count 3 balls, 2 strikes on Rauf. And he goes down looking. Fastball down the middle. And that's the first 1-2-3 inning for Sunnybrae. We'll go to the 6th. They're looking to build on this 5-0 lead.
Since 1899, proud to be a part of the greater Hamilton Township community is Saul Funeral Home. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business that proudly supports your community and has guided families in Mercer County when they need it most. Their caring, dedicated, and compassionate staff is always ready to go above and beyond to bring you the closure you deserve while celebrating the unique life of your loved one. Visit their website, saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Homes is a proud sponsor of today's Little League game and hopes you enjoy the game. Today's game also brought to you by Kessel Dermatology, right here in Hamilton Township, the finest dermatologist in Mercer County, often and most times voted best of the best in the Trentonian yearly Best of the Best survey. Kessel Dermatology, right here in Hamilton Township.
We go to the 6th. Pollock back out there on the mound for West Windsor. We'll be facing the top of the Sunnybrae order, Marco Gerard, Gary Leonardo, and Declan Sweeney. Reminder, about 30 minutes following the conclusion of this game, we're going to be back on the air for game number 2 today, game number 3 in this tournament. Robbinsville taking on the 2-time reigning champs Nottingham as they get their first action as they go for the three-peat.
Yes.
Fish, you've got the paper in front of you with all the past champions.
I do.
How many three-peats have there been?
Well, I think Nottingham's the only one that's ever done it, and they've done it a few times. Let me look. Let's see.
Our research department, Rich Fisher, is hard at work.
Yes.
Gerard today 1 for 2 with a single and a run.
The first three-peat was Nottingham, 79-81. And let me see, did I miss something down here? No. Okay, 79-81. And then we had Nottingham from 85 to 89, so they had a 5-peat.
This one's dumped into left field, and that's going to be the second hit of the day for Gerard. He's aboard to lead off the 6th as Sunnybrae looks for some more insurance.
Yeah, you can never have enough. Yeah, okay, and then let's see. So that's twice Nottingham did it. A 3-peat and a 5-peat. And then from 92 to 95, so they had a 4-peat. And then another 3-peat from 2000 to 2002. And then another 5-peat from 2011 to...
That ball's rocketed under the glove of the shortstop Keeley and into center field. Gerard will hold at third. The throw comes in, but it's well read by Leonardo. He just kept on going to second base, and they've got second and third with nobody out.
Nottingham Sunnybrae trying to put down the hammer now.
Well, Sweeney's now got a chance to break this thing wide open. Reached on an error in the 4th, which allowed the first run of this game to score.
So yeah, so then Nottingham had another 5-peat, 2011 to 2015. So they've done it 3 in a row, at least 4 times. There's been a few 5-peats and 4-peat in there. And no other team. It's interesting, let's see.
Sweeney crushes it out to left. Diving
Oh,
play
nice
made
catch.
by Wally. tagging and scoring is Gerard. The throw comes in, gets away for a moment. Holding it second is Leonardo. That ball was hit on the screws, and a nice play by Wally.
Absolutely, nice play by Wally to make sure that was just one run.
And now it'll be Jonathan Wheeler, the leading candidate to be our Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game. He's got a 2 RBI double and a chance to drive in another run. You can catch that interview shortly following the conclusion of this broadcast on our YouTube page, our YouTube Shorts section. This ball's hit well towards right center field. It's going to split the gap, go over the head of Van Bodegen. The throw comes into second, and I don't think that Keeley realized it.
No, I don't either. That he had a shot at getting Wheeler.
It's another double for Jonathan Wheeler. A run does not score, as Leonardo was held at third with 1 down.
Yeah, I think he could have scored him. I think he's trying to play nice here and not try to run the score up. You know, very few teams other than Nottingham have even repeated as champions in this tournament. A team called the Wilson Haverstick Rogers, never heard of them. They repeated in 60 and 61. Ewing in 77 and 78.
Counts 0-2 here on the catcher, Hank Little.
Bordentown in 2007 and 8 repeated.
Oh, 0-2 pitch, line foul.
And that's it. So aside from Nottingham, only 3 other teams, 3 other Little Leagues have had back-to-back champions in this tournament. That's kind of interesting.
Gotta believe the way they're playing right now, Sunnybrae has the best chance to keep Nottingham from another three-peat.
Yeah. Well, from what I saw from Robbinsville, don't count them out. I mean, they have guts.
Staying alive is Little. I will say Sunnybrae certainly displayed their power today. They might have at least 1 or 2 home runs by the time this tournament ends.
My headphones seem to be going in and out.
0-2 is hit foul again.
Say something, Jordan.
How's it going, Fish?
Good.
I think we're good now.
I think we're good. Thanks, Gus.
Our engineer, Gus Barber, on the case.
Yes.
Without Gus, you wouldn't be on the air.
Quite a team effort here.
And Ryan.
Flied foul, lost to the Forest.
That Woods is getting a lot of balls today.
There are some youngins down there that want to go track it down and are looking into the brush and realizing they have no shot.
Yeah, no shot.
Count still 0-2 on Little. Popped up. Shallow right, Mittendorf back, onto the grass, makes the catch. Tagging up is Leonardo, and he scores. Excellent base running. We've seen a lot of that so far in the early parts of this tournament. That goes as one of the shortest sac flies you'll ever see.
Sack pop-up.
Sac fly P4. Up to third base went Wheeler. And we're going to get a new pitcher. It looks like it's going to be Matty Owens. So we'll step aside here in the top of the 6th, 2 away in a 7-0 ball game.
Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton Square.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Most people diagnosed with skin cancer are not even aware of their cancer. It's important to get a complete skin checkup. Kessel Dermatology offers a vast array of surgical procedures, including Mohs surgery, plus other non-surgical options. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Matty Owens is the new arm on the mound for West Windsor, coming in from center field. Tasked with getting the final out here in the top of the 6th. Sunnybrae's pushed 2 more across. They're on top by a football score, 7-0. Pollock was good. He gave up some hard hit doubles.
Yeah, he gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits.
Couple unearned runs mixed in there.
His control wasn't bad at all. Let's see, 1 walk, 2. Well, he walked 2 guys. So, you know, they made him hit.
Facing Pichella. Not as live as an arm from Owens. 1-0 pitch, fly ball, left center field, and that's gonna drop in the gap. Cruising on home is Wheeler, and it's an RBI single for Pichella. Sunnybrae's broken it open here in the 6th. They're up 8-0.
And in case you're wondering, even if Sunnybrae gets 2 more, there is no 10-run rule because West Windsor has to bat in the bottom of the inning.
Here's Blake Manning. 1 ball, no strikes to count on the 7-hole hitter.
11 hits for the Bray. 1, 2, 3 doubles.
Jonathan Wheeler, he's got 2 of those. Barring a miracle comeback, he's going to be our Italian People's Bakery player of the game. Popped up, that's a high one. It's in play. Owens, who came in from center field, showing off that outfield glove to make the grab and end the frame. 3 insurance runs are home for Sunnybrae. They're looking to advance to the semifinals when we come back here on WBCB.
Capital bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hamilton Township in Mercer County is fortunate to have many fine businesses that serve our community. Saul Funeral Home is a 4th-generation family-owned business proud to support our local schools and community. Their compassionate and caring staff is there for you and your family. They'll bring the closure you deserve while also celebrating the life of your loved one. Visit their website at saulfuneralhomes.com. That's saulfuneralhomes.com. Saul Funeral Home at 3795 Nottingham Way, Hamilton.
On to the bottom of the 6th. One last chance for West Windsor, trailing 8-0. Matt Smith will lead it off, the 11-hole hitter for West Windsor, facing Owen DeMassey out for his 2nd inning of work. DeMassey, the 3rd pitcher used today for Sunnybrae. Declan Sweeney started, went the first 3 innings, then on came Tyler Pichella, and now DeMassey looking to finish off the shutout.
And now we'll be able to find out if Matt Schrank is staying in the game to keep hitting or if they took him out for injury's sake after he got hit by a pitch in the back of the helmet. Way back in that third inning.
Well, the winner of this game, and if it holds up, it'll be Sunnybrae, will play tomorrow in the winner's bracket final. 1 o'clock, we'll have that game for you here on WBCB.
You'll be here?
I will be here.
Oh, what fun we'll have.
We're going to have so much fun, Fish. We always have so much fun.
So much fun.
1 o'clock is the estimated start time because there will be a game at 11 a.m., so it kind of all depends on how far that game goes. First pitch to Smith is high.
What's that weather forecast look like for tomorrow? Have you checked?
I think it looks like every day probably the rest of the summer, which is chance of thunderstorms.
Yeah, that's true. That is what it is. Possible thunderstorms.
So weather permitting and quick game 4 permitting, we will be on the air around 1 o'clock.
Well, when they have those pop-up thunderstorms, they're able to play. They just got to come out and work on the field extra hard. And, you know, because then the rain's gone. It's that steady rain that leads to problems.
That's a 4-pitch walk, so you need a lot of base runners if you're West Windsor, and Smith starts it.
Yeah, good way to start it.
You got to give credit to the grounds crew and the parents earlier today getting this field ready. We arrived here around 9 a.m. and the field was in all right condition. There were some, not puddles, but some areas of moisture on the right side of the infield, and the grounds crew and the parents did a fantastic job getting it together, and you would never know by the way the field looks now.
Yeah, it looks great.
Joseph Keeley's the batter, so we go all the way back up to the top of the order, meaning Schrank has been removed from this game.
Yeah, I hope Schrank's okay. I hope he's not like concussed or something.
Slow roller to the mound. DeMasi goes to first, and you're just counting down outs right now. Here comes Levi Mittendorf.
A good job of, I guess you would call it clutch pitching by Sunnybrae today. Mostly Declan Sweeney, because he put a lot of guys on with walks and hit batters. And didn't let any of them score. Got the outs when he had to.
Yeah, Sunnybrae has really had to work around a lot of base runners.
Yeah.
West Windsor stranded a whole bunch.
Just one hit for West Windsor. Infield single. As Jordan described, he took a joystick to get it through the infield.
Kelleher on to first for the second out. Now the throw down to third, not in time. Well, that was risky.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do down 8 runs in the last inning. I mean, I understand you're young, you want to be aggressive, but if you're out, it doesn't matter if you're on second or third in that situation.
Now James Polak, the last chance, as Sunnybrae looks to advance to the semifinals. They'll play the winner of Robbinsville-Nottingham. It's very possible that in this tournament we could see 2 or maybe even 3 matchups between Sunnybrae and Nottingham. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball right field. Drudy heading over, puts it away, and Sunnybrae is going to cruise into the District 12 semis. They win it handily. The final score, 8-0 over West Windsor.
Well, as we mentioned at the top of the game, Sunnybrae is a team. They want this so bad they can taste it. They have veterans that have been here, 4 guys that have been through the wars a couple times. And, you know, they wanted to come out and have a signature win here, you know, get off to a good start, show that they have a good team. And you win by an 8-0 count, that's pretty good. Your offense gets 8, your pitching gives up none. So, you know, that's a great start for Sunnybrae. And I said it before, I'll say it again. West Windsor, they have to hit. I mean, they're able to get on base. They're just not able to get the runners in. They're not able to convert them. And if they could just hit, they could be in these games. So they'll play Bordentown tomorrow, and we'll see how that game pans out.
8-0 your final. Jonathan Wheeler, he's going to be our player of the game. Deuces were wild for him. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. You can catch that interview shortly following the conclusion of this broadcast on our YouTube Shorts page. A broadcast that was brought to you by the Revere Restaurant, Team Toyota, the Capital Health System, Kessel Dermatology, Saul Funeral Homes, Hyundai of Trenton, the Trentonian, the Trenton Thunder, the Italian People's Bakery, Haldeman Ford, the Hamilton Township Education Association, and Jammer Doors. 8-0 your final. Sunnybrae victorious over West Windsor here in game number 2. One final time for the entire crew. My broadcast partner, Rich Fisher. Gus Barber was our video engineer. Ryan Baxter did the camera work. I'm Jordan Hirsch saying thank you for watching. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Ryan and Fish will be on the call for Robbinsville and Nottingham. So have a good rest of your afternoon, and we hope you